What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. I noticed my alarm peacock was going off, and then I saw a convoy of trucks coming down the driveway. Sorry, trying to eat a bagel. Let's see what we got coming around the corner. Morning!
You wanna go play in the dirt?
I love to play in the dirt. So you got air brakes?
Yeah. It probably smells about as good as your old Ford does.
I actually like that smell though.
Yeah?
I mean, it could probably get sickening after 8 hours of work, but...
Yeah, we got a rabbit in the back if you want it.
Do you? I don't know if we can show that on YouTube. James, what do we got going on today?
So pretty much we have this like insanely big pile of dirt. Well, big for me, but we're gonna try and move it all with this today. And then I guess we're gonna put that thing to work, yeah?
We'll see what the old Coyote can do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, if you guys watched any of my like YouTube shorts and stuff, you saw James get stuck in his semi coming home one day. And everybody thought that was like a staged video, which is like crazy. James actually called me knowing he's probably gonna get stuck and might need help. So I should be there, and then I just happened to film it because, well, there's a chance you're gonna get stuck. We should probably have a camera rolling. So we got a lot of like parts of the road that we have fixed, but there's some that we haven't yet. And so today we're gonna be addressing that.
Yeah, like it's a serious problem. If I come in with a trailer, it almost always like pushes the back end of my truck into the hill. Now, if I'm empty and it's raining, I just like race through it and it's not a problem, but this part of the road is bad. Yeah.
So we don't have a county maintained road, nor do we have too many neighbors that maintain the road. There's just a few of us.
Yeah.
So nobody else is gonna do it. We're gonna have to do it.
That's right.
And we're gonna see if the Coyote can actually move dirt. And if not, we got a backup plan. We're switching over to James's 299 skid steer.
Which is fixed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
It had a rough week.
We're gonna head over to James's. Got the Coyote all warmed up. Rinsed off the windows because they were dusty. And guys, got a new GoPro head mount, so we should be able to get some decent angles today. Now, we are not sure if the Coyote's gonna be able to keep up with the dump truck. Again, a skid steer could be quicker. However, what I like about the tractor is that I can change the angle on the box plate on the back. And obviously when you're doing a road work, you wanna put a crown in the road. Well, with the skid steer, you're basically locked into whatever the angle of the skid steer is at. And you can build up some sides to try to like finagle it and all that, but I'd rather not fight that if we don't have to. If I can just change the pitch of the blade, kind of like you would on a dozer on the rear, we'll see. Arrived at James. This is where I left my box blade, box scraper, Gannon, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna put that back on. We're gonna drop the mower off. I'm gonna go down a little bit more. There we go. Sweet. It's all nice.
There's two more in the back of the truck.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird.
Is that my pellet?
No, they're in the truck. I put a couple in my pocket.
Okay.
I hit a massive squirrel, but he went in your concrete pile.
These outside ones are a nightmare to get to. Oh, jeez.
One.
All right, we're being all official. Look at this. I like the road closed. Can we just keep people off the road for a day?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That sounds good. That one's seen better days. Keep right.
Keep right.
Keep right. Just happy to see you got your California approved gas cans.
That's how we roll around here.
Yeah,
California, everything.
Everything.
Don't mind 90% of the other stuff.
Now, this is the mountain of material that James has been stockpiling. It's like a road base, a little bit of clay mix. Look at that, we even got us a little seashell there. Should compact really well. It's relatively clean stuff. I mean, he screened out anything that was, you know, some chunks of concrete and stuff that was mixed in with it, but this is a ton of material. It might not look like a ton of material, but especially out here when you gotta bring this much material out, this is a lot of material. This is probably 7 to 8 foot tall by, I don't even know, huge. And then he's got the 330 back there, the old link belt. That's what he's gonna be loading the trucks with. If you guys don't know, James does not have his Super 10 dump trucks anymore. Those have been sold, so all he has now is the big end dump, but those don't like to dump off like level. If there's a little bit out of whack, that thing goes up so high you're risking tipping over the trailer, which is then taking the truck with it, and now you're out, you know, $400,000. So instead of risking his end dump, that's why we're using the smaller dump truck today to run loads, but it should be relatively quick, and that dump truck can hold a decent amount of dirt. I've seen that thing overloaded over the cab pretty tall. This operation should go quick. This is what James and Mike are gonna be doing, and then we'll be out on the road. Hopefully the Coyote can keep up and actually do a decent job. I've never really done dirt work with a farm tractor, so it might just be my shortfallings that dooms us, and we might have to switch back to the skid steer, but we don't know till we try. I will say though, one of the big advantages of a farm tractor is you can actually get some speed. We're going probably close to, I don't know, 16, 17 miles an hour. I think this thing tops out at like 23, 24 miles an hour. Really makes traveling down the dirt road pretty nice, considering we've got a ways to travel. Might have caught a little bit of air there on the rear. I've run down to the end of the road to put up our road work ahead signs. Okay, we are good to go. Y'all may remember when we brought in all of these asphalt millings to put in this portion of the road, and they have held up phenomenally. This portion used to get so rutted out, and you would have to span the rut with your vehicle, and God forbid you have a small vehicle. If you fell in, you were gonna damage your vehicle. So ever since we brought these in though, this part of the road has been awesome. You can see it's a pretty decent little incline, so the water would come racing down the center and just create, you know, the Grand Canyon. Unfortunately though, we are pretty far out from anything, so it's not like we can just bring in a ton of asphalt millings affordably to do all of the road like we would like to do. Looks like we've got load number 1 already getting dumped. Give you a little rundown of the part of the road that we're gonna be working on today. That is this section. You can see the trees, and of course nothing ever looks as gnarly as it does in person on camera and during the daytime in bright light, but we'll probably see when James goes through right now. This road gets really gnarly, really rutted. You'll see right there, it like totally tilts down, kinks, and then there's like a, you can see him kind of hauling butt to get up it. But when it rains, this is just a slip and slide. And it's just kind of tilted and everything's all weird and the water runs weird. And speaking of water, from the big rains that we had, let's see if I can find the puddle. Check this out. There's some type of underwater spring that to this day still has water just percolating right here in this little spot. It's gnarly how much water kind of, I guess, ran through here. We're gonna end up trimming part of this tree because anytime a big truck comes through here, you end up hitting this tree, and I'm sure we're gonna be hitting it with the tractor today. So we're gonna do some grooming on the trees, but this area just needs a ton of work. Again, slowly but surely, we're fixing the bad spots of the road. This is like numero uno for needing attention now. All the stuff that James is bringing over is nice and moist. It's gonna make it great for spreading and compacting. And basically what we're trying to do is, you can see how the road slopes super gnarly that way. We're gonna try to bring that up and kind of soften that in it while still keeping a crown to kind of get the water to shed this way, because you can see that's where the water naturally wants to go. Okay, let's knock this pile down. Again, we want to bring this road up, but we can only do it in sections at a time because we have to be able to compact this dirt down. Otherwise, if we build it up 3 feet at once, the second you drive a heavy truck through here, you're just going to sink and get stuck, and then we have, you know, similar problems to what we have. We use the bucket to push. Then we should probably put her in. Let's see, we'll go first. We'll go 4-wheel drive on the tractor. There we go, there we go. Well, low range is painfully slow. All right, we use the Gannon on the back. Probably pop this window open so you guys can actually see what's going on. And again, the reason I like the Gannon is because I can tilt the angle. So if we want to put a crown on the road, we can do that with the box in the back. I found a piece of concrete that got missed. So right now the tractor's out of whack because I just drove up on the pile. So the tractor's facing this way, which if I were just to drag this and I didn't have the adjustments on the scraper back there, I'm gonna drag the road like this. Well now, even though the tractor's like this, I can put the box plate on the back flat and actually drag this the way we want. So let's adjust the angle right now on the box blade, and then we're good to go, keeping everything nice and flat. And then I'm keeping a full scoop of dirt in the bucket, that way I have some extra weight, because on these big tires, it's not like we have a ton of down pressure for compaction, but we should be pretty good. We should be pretty heavy. I think we're sitting at around 10,000 pounds. Okay, load number 2 is here. Okay, now we got to knock this one down before he can come back. It's kind of in the middle of the road. Things are going to start getting quick, y'all. And of course, the sun is in the worst spot for this, so I apologize. Now I will say, I know I put a bunch of cameras on this thing, but I feel like for fine tuning work like this, it's probably better to actually turn around. If we're like maintaining the trails and stuff around the property, not that big a deal for those. You can watch the camera for the Gannon in the rear, but for this, there's a lot of little fine tuning adjustments we're making as I'm going, that it's easier to see if you're actually facing it.
Yeah.
There you go.
A little heavy on the hill.
Yeah, I can see that.
I miss my super tank.
Initially, we were worried about the old Coyote being able to keep up with the loads of dirt coming if we were able to, you know, spread them in time. Granted, last time we did this, we had like 3 or 4 Super 10s like rotating. It was a lot to keep up with. This time though, with the one dump truck, the Coyote's holding her own. It's taking a little bit of getting used to. I'm still finagling, trying to figure out, you know, moving dirt with that. Oh, look at that. We got a Super 10 coming down the road right now. Oh, we got a standoff. 10-wheeler, James. I don't know if James knows the 10-wheeler, but I know somebody's been bringing material out here, so I think that's for somebody else. I was hoping that was an empty Super 10 coming to help, but it doesn't look like it. James will dump this load, I'll push it out of the way, so the 10-wheeler behind me can get around it. Good news is, though, we'll get some good compaction with this 10-wheeler coming through, especially if he's loaded. We'll see if he's loaded when he goes to pass. We should be able to, we should be up high enough to see inside of his box. Maybe not. He's got the high sides. And again, being that we're bringing this side of the road up, obviously we are now getting much closer to these branches. And these are honestly like they're a hazard because number one, they hit the vehicles, and number two, you can't see around this corner. And again, it might not look like it's much of a corner, but it is. So if somebody's coming through here hauling butt and you're coming this way, bad things might happen. Got James's Milwaukee pole saw with the extra extension. We'll go do some trimming. Being that the old Coyote's keeping up in holding her own, we got a little extra time in between loads, so we'll get the pole saw attachment put on, and then we'll trim some of these branches. Go, look at that, easy enough you can do one-handed. I'm not exactly wearing my snake boots today, so yeah, let's just try to not go through too much of that. Oh, look at this. James has the new version. It's got a little hook right there, so you can put like a shoulder strap. Interesting. I got the first gen. I'm assuming this is the second gen. But these things are awesome. If you guys don't have one, hey, go buy one. Look at that reach right there. These leaves are super thick. Whew, we're sinking in down there. Let's keep going. I want to get that big one right there. However, she's gonna fall on me. Maybe if I get up on this little hillside right here. Let's get rid of this one first. This one's dead anyway. Okay, we made it up. Wish me luck, y'all. This one's probably gonna get bound up. We'll try to undercut it first. You can see how much that guy hits it when he comes through. Oh, it's gonna be a big piece coming off. There goes nothing. There she goes. I swear I just heard a crack back here. We don't want to hear that. Let's just make sure we got a way out of here. Woo! That's a big piece right there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that one right there. We'll probably have to stand in the bucket of the tractor for that. Again, the more stuff like this that goes to the ground, the bigger chance of this tree catching fire in a fire situation. So we want to keep everything trimmed as high as we can. Set that bad boy right over there.
Hector turned around, he's like, I just got your message.
Who's Hector?
The big Peterbilt dude.
Oh, did he?
He's gonna grab a load and dump it on his way out.
Nice, there you go.
So,
sweet.
yeah, get ready for a big load.
Okay. Now they make grapples that attach to standard buckets, and I was always like, that's kind of hokey. I don't think that's as good as like grapples that have like a rake on the bottom. But now I can see where that would come in handy, because right now I could use a grapple to grab those giant branches. However, my grapple has no bucket on the bottom, so it would be absolutely useless out here. I have to run all the way back, swap them back and forth. Maybe we need two types of grapples out here. One that just stays attached to the bucket for instances like this when we're far from the house. James just dropped this load, and apparently that guy in the 10-wheeler says he's gonna help us out. He's trucking today, but on his way out, he's coming out empty, so he's gonna go get loaded at James's house on his way out, and then we're not wasting any trips. So we're gonna get a lot of dirt when he's coming. Those 10-wheelers hold a lot of dirt. We've also got a lot of traffic right now. Let's see if we can push this big old branch up out the way. Try to not scratch the crap out of my tractor. Yeah, we didn't really do much. I can always come back later with the grapple and pick all these up. But for now, let's just, you stay right there. There. That's out of the way enough. Sweet, we've got the 10-wheeler here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
If we could just kind of keep it to that side, we're good.
To that side?
Yep, and then maybe back about 10 feet from where you're at, we're good. Very nice guy, very nice guy. Proud to see the difference in size here of what one of these 10-wheelers can haul. This is gonna be a lot of dirt. Woo! Look at that. Yeah! Now the Coyote's got some pushing to do. A lot of dirt to move. All right, y'all, so you see around the sidewall right here. This, yeah. James just pulled up right now, and I just heard the tire go psh, 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 and it was spraying out air. But that crack doesn't look new, so we're not sure if he just loaded it too heavy, and that's like enough to make that crack kind of open up. So he's gonna go try drive around a little bit, one more load, or otherwise we might be out of luck for today, and or we're gonna try the F600, see what she can do. Now that is super unfortunate about James's tire, because I feel like I was just finally like getting the hang of this and getting the road kind of dialed to where we just need to fill a couple of spots, and like we were gonna be pretty good. The one thing I wish is the lowering and raising of the rear implement, it's down here. I wish it was right here, because then you got all three controls. Right now you're up here adjusting the pitch, adjusting the angle, adjusting the height, and the height one's kind of the pain in the butt. You have to go all the way down here, but you'll see as I'm going the amount of movements you have to make to fine-tune things. You're constantly working. Being that you're not looking at your hands, like you have to really reach down to find this booger. He should be right up here. So at this point, I'm just trying to make it as nice as it can be, just in case the F600 doesn't work out, or we decide to call it quits. I don't want to leave a bunch of humps and lumps in the road. I worry now, though, that I'm going to do more harm than good, because I had this really, really dialed to where we just had a few holes to fill. And now I'm trying to fill those holes with the dirt that's out here and kind of undoing some of the work that we had already done. Definitely takes getting used to doing dirt work with a farm tractor when you come from skid steers your whole life. Yes, sir. James just called and said he's gonna hook up his end dump. Now again, the end dump has to be like perfectly flat when he dumps, because that thing's like 30 something feet up in the air with a lot of weight up there if the dirt doesn't start to slide, and that's when you have a chance of something tipping over. We'll probably have to make him a flatter spot than we've got right here. And then the only other issue is like, it's not like he can just dump where I want it. Like it's got, wherever that flat spot is, that's where he's gonna be dumping. So we'll probably be pushing a lot more dirt. Might have to bring the skid steer out here as well. All right, you can probably see James pulling up behind me in the end dump. I don't know where he's gonna dump. Assuming right now he's just feeling out where he's comfortable.
You ever been next to one of these when they dump?
No, I'll be back here.
You ever seen one dump? It's not happening right there.
Okay.
For sure.
You tell me.
The closest I can probably get is gonna be like
That's fine, I can push it
here.
wherever we need.
And we loaded it like this first one.
Okay.
I don't know what it's gonna be like once we got done here.
Now again, you're probably thinking, you know, James had this the whole time, but you're using a smaller dump truck. Well, you can see one reason right here. The amount of work it takes every time you pull up to dump. I mean, I guess you could probably leave this open, right? Or do you think you can make a mess down the road?
Well,
I don't know.
it rattles around a lot.
Gotcha. Like there's more involved in dumping this than just running up quick, dumping, keep going, never get out of the cab or anything like that.
And this one's actually broken. They don't make the quick release valve for this one anymore.
Gotcha.
So I got one that works. I just have to like redo a bunch of the stuff.
All right, fair enough. Well, here goes nothing. I've never seen this setup dump, but I've seen pictures. And you can see basically the entire width or length of the trailer, I should say. That goes right up in the air. Here she goes.
Start to see that backside getting weak at all, let me know.
Roger that. It's such a long freaking trailer. You can see dirt gets stuck up there because it's kind of wet, and that's when all the weight will be up top and these things will get crazy. Still got a lot in there. There you go. Do that again. We'll get this spread. The other thing that takes a long time is you can't just turn that truck around right here where he was turning around. The little dump truck, so now he's got to go all the way back out to the road, down the road to cross street to be able to turn that big old rig around. I'm just happy we get to keep going. I did not want to call it quits today. We're making really good progress. Got pretty good teamwork going on. So James is probably gonna send his buddy Mike over here in the 299 to help me push this to where I need it because it's kind of far. I mean, I guess it's not that far, but be quicker in the 299 to place it. Okay, let's move some dirt. Now I will say, being that, you know, again, farm tractors aren't skid steers, the having to shift gears, because obviously we got to be in low range to really dig into this pile, and then really first or second gear seems to be where she wants to be able to get in there and get a good scoop. But then like when I got to travel even, what is that, 30, 40 feet, you know, you really, honestly, you got to sit here, shift your gears. Whereas on a skid steer, you don't. And then even now, like I should be in mid-range to actually get there quicker, but there's no point in shifting the rear end to mid-range. It's just gonna take longer. I'd rather just suck it up and, you know, just gonna drive a little slower over to where we need to dump this. Oh, looks like James got turned around pretty quick. Now I'm the one holding stuff up. We gotta move this pile faster. Things might be getting crazy. I just saw the 10-wheeler come back, and James has been gone for a while, so he's probably already loaded up. So if we get James and the 10-wheeler at once, that's gonna be a lot of dirt to spread on this road by myself. And again, if we had all the time in the world, no biggie, but like we have cars coming, so you have to constantly clear. Plus, for James to come back, once he dumps, he has to have to clear a path. I mean, I guess he could turn around first and then dump, but it's just not how we're doing it. Oh, yep, you can see we've got traffic. What's up, Cosme?
¿Cómo estamos?
Working, always working.
Good job, good job.
Thank you, thank you. Remember, James, if it goes over, we'll probably get like 10,000 more views.
I better get like 10 million views to pay for this thing rolling over.
Now, the only problem with so many people coming and going is like I don't get a time to compact it. Like I'll have my piles out, I'll do a little scrape, but then like cars will come over, it starts to get lumpy again. So at the very end, we'll do a couple of final passes, then I'll run through and I'll compact everything. And we should get the little lumps and bumps out. But look, I mean, we've already made this place look 10 times better than it was. We still need to get that branch off right there. However, somebody's gonna have to be in the bucket of the tractor. Oh, we're getting brave on this one. You're a little this way, but depends on how much you want that 10,000 views. Now you guys will see how the smaller dump truck can be quicker. There she goes. There we go, there we go, there we go. Do that again. Look how much that thing kinks that way. That's empty. A lot of weight up in the air without all this dirt in it. Let alone you put all this dirt in there and you're just pivoting off that one center hydraulic ram in the center. Ooh. Not for the faint of heart. Even regular dump trucks I don't like sometimes. If they're real heavy and that thing starts to go up and you start to feel the frame twist and all that. Alrighty, we got the 10-wheeler back. I don't know who this guy is, but he's a very nice guy. He's happy every time he pulls up. You get some truckers that are like super old school and always just grumpy. This guy's not one of them. This guy's been cheerful every time I've talked to him. I think the theme of today is gonna be traffic. Because holy crap, have we gotten a lot of traffic today. I live in the middle of nowhere. We have a few neighbors, but not that many. But geez, there has just been a ton coming today. Uh-oh, is he going through the tree? Oh, come on, I don't want you to break your box, buddy. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Just not scared. He's just going for it. Alright, now we gotta clear the path for the next neighbor coming through. The problem with all this path clearing is it's like putting dirt not exactly where I want it. We have to move it a few times. It kind of sucks. Sorry neighbor, you're gonna be waiting for a minute. My reinforcements have arrived. The 299 is here. I mean, we had 3 loads in a matter of like 10-15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. So I need some help spreading. You ever take us off any sweet jumps?
Take care of you guys.
You got us? So I'm gonna let the 299 move the material because it's much quicker in a skid steer. And I'll just come back through and do what I do. Or Mike's just gonna crush it. He might not even need me anymore. If you can get up in there, you can take that whole thing off. I was gonna bring the Mini X over here at some point and just grab the whole thing, but that one's going right at you.
Yeah. Back up. Go up. Back up.
Look at that, perfect. Look at that, we can see around the corner now.
No, we're done. Take me down. I'm not gonna hit my stacks anymore.
Right? Beautiful.
I like it.
A little bit. All right, Mike is making quick work of kind of fine grading everything. James brought another load out. Again, our goal is kind of, you can kind of see how the road still kind of does a little thingy right here. We want to get past that. So hopefully up to that little chingus right there, maybe a little bit further, and just kind of get all this craziness out of the road. Now we gotta make sure James doesn't get clipped on this tree up here. He's way up there. Very, very glad we decided to keep going today, because who knows when we'd all have another chance to all get together to do this. And I'm glad James started using the end up. This is much quicker this way.
Yeah, this has a lot more dirt.
It smells like fire.
I got time for one more today.
Okay guys, well, change of plans. As always out here, fire is like our biggest concern ever. And I don't know if you can see on camera right there, there's a firefighting plane. I started smelling smoke, but I didn't see any smoke. And I'm like, man, there's a fire. And when you see the planes, like the planes don't just come out. Normally they start with a helicopter or two first, but the fact that they got planes means it's big. And we just got a notification that it's like 2 miles from us at most, probably less as the crow flies. And the wind is blowing our way. So that's no bueno, change of plans. Mike's gonna just smooth out that last load. Wish we had known that before we dropped the load, but we got to start figuring some stuff out really quick. Okay, good news is crisis averted. They got the fire out pretty quickly, so that's good. Mike's doing just one last pass over here, and this section has taken a drastic change from what it was this morning. And again, usually these things don't really turn out on camera to look as drastic and, you know, as nice as they are, but huge, huge, huge difference. I mean, this road used to kind of get cut off about right there, plus with all the overgrowth, and it's sloped like crazy. It's like a 4-lane highway over here. You definitely can never pass. Now you can pass right here if need be. I'm gonna come back with the Mini X and grab all these big limbs that we couldn't move by hand, because there's some pretty big ones, so we'll come in and through there. But look at how much space. Gotta give a huge thank you to James. Without James, none of this would be possible. Having the ability to move this much material, especially way out here, if we needed to bring this much material out, it would be insanely expensive. So huge thank you to James for always putting in the time and doing this type of stuff, because like I said, there's quite a few people that live out here, but only a few that actually come out and help and work on and maintain the road. It's good to have a team, because without that, one person doing this definitely would not have. And a huge thank you to Mike as well, jumping on the skid steer, doing all the loading over there. Turned out freaking awesome, super stoked. One more section of the road that we have fixed. Maybe like 1 or 2 more sections, and then the road's decent. Obviously it's still dirt, but you're not chattering out your fillings. Super, super awesome. So with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like and get a thumbs up. Make sure you guys go follow James's channel. It's Get Muddy here on YouTube. If you guys are not already following him, go give him a follow as well to see more stuff like this, all the stuff that he's doing over at his ranch and all kinds of cool stuff. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn.